Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I want to share with you my recent Orient diver purchase. This is a recent release from Orient. This is the reference RAEL0002L. Kind of a mouthful. I've been kind of referring to it as the mini Orient saturation diver, the mini OSD, just because it looks very similar to that professional dive watch in terms of design and execution. It even carries the same movement as that watch. So kind of the mini OSD to me, and I have been incredibly impressed with this piece. I paid $317 brand new from Creation Watch. That included the DHL Express shipping, and for that price, it's hard to see another watch that beats this in terms of value and what you get for the money. This watch has got me excited, and so I'm just happy to share it with you today. I'll start by throwing some specs here on the screen so you guys can see the size of this piece and how it may compare to other watches in your collection. I'll show it to you on my 7.25-inch wrists. You know, it's a little bit of a larger watch at 43 millimeters. It has a longer lug-to-lug length, but as you can see, it fits very well, and it has a great feel about it, a great presence. You feel the weight of the stainless steel, so you know you're wearing a substantial dive watch, and I really like that feature. So I'll also show it to you next to a Seiko Turtle, so you guys can see the size comparison. This is another very popular diver around that price point. You can see it actually plays a little bit smaller than the Turtle. So it's a very wearable watch. It's a very finely executed watch when it comes to just all the detail work. So let's take a look at the dial on a macro level. I love this dial. The blue Sunray is very sharp. It's got an inky feel. In some lights it's deep black or deep navy, and then in others, when you get it in the right light, this thing really shines. It sings, it pops, and that vivid saturated blue comes to light. And it just puts a smile on your face. This is a really beautiful watch. I like the applied markers. I think they're done very well. They're deep filled with looms, so this thing is just great in low light situations. I'll drop a loom shot in right now so you guys can see how potent it is. It lasts very long, and I'd say it's comparable to Seiko's LumiBrite formula. It's really good. Now this watch has a power reserve indicator up there by the 1 o'clock position, which I think is a very handy feature and one that you don't normally see in a watch at this price point. It's really cool that they've done that. So you can see this has a 40-hour power reserve, and it's kind of broken up into different sections so you guys can get a quick look at how much juice is remaining in the movement. And I like the use of red accents here. We've got red, of course, on the indicator, which is also loomed, which it's unnecessary but kind of a fun thing to see. And then red also between the 0 and 10 hour portion. I like the fact that that indicator area is sunken into the dial. Again, it's just a nice little detail. If you look at the handset, you can see a very deep grain to it, a nice brushing that looks very sharp, and it does catch the light. Overall, it's just a legible, well executed dial. I love the details. I love the practicality, and it's just really sharp. What can I say? Now, another feature that I like are these large and prominent teeth on the bezel. It's very easy to grip and to operate, to turn the bezel. It's got a nice action. Yeah, there's a little bit of play in between in between clicks, but I would say nothing outside of what's acceptable at this price point. In fact, I think this bezel is actually pretty nice for the money. We have a sapphire crystal here. There is AR coating on the underside, which is great to see, and something that its competitor from Seiko will not have. It will not have a sapphire crystal. This has a crown at the 4 o'clock position. You can see it's signed. Again, some nice detail work. And the movement in here is the Cal 40 N5A. So it's a 22 joule movement. Again, 40-hour power reserve, 21,600 beats per hour, and is the same movement that you find in the far more expensive Orient saturation diver. So nice solid in-house movement here. You can't see it. There is a solid case back, but it's nicely engraved with the Orient branding there. And I just think, again, good attention to detail. This is an impressive watch. This watch, I hope you guys can get a sense of it, but it's got me excited, from the drilled lugs, the fit and the finish, all the detail work, how it wears. For the price, this is really compelling. And I'm just happy that Orient's done this. I mean, that they've come out with this watch. Right now, it's only available, I think, in the Asian markets, but I think that this will be a global release. So in the coming months, it will become more available. But even still, you know, $317, this is an awesome watch. I think it's going to take some sales away from the Mako and from the Ray, and for good reason. I think this is a better watch than those ones are. And this might even take sales away from the Orient Saturation Diver, because this is just a heck of a piece. Very similar to that watch, but for a far lower price point. So anyways, guys, let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. If this is your first time, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. It helps me out, and I'd love for you to come back and experience some more watch reviews and comparisons. So anyways, thanks, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.